The stadiums of Red Star and Partizan are just a stone's throw away from each other in Belgrade. And yet these neighbouring clubs have one of the most intense rivalries on the planet. But it's one you've requested in the comments for a while as my dad takes over Red Star, who are former European champions, while I challenge him across 5 seasons as the manager of Partizan. As we take on the eternal derby on Football Manager, building 2 fantastic sides, bringing back some old faces and introducing some new ones too. This one is not for the faint-hearted. A reminder of the points tally is as follows. You gain 1 point for a higher league finish, 1 point for a victory over each other, 1 point for eliminating each other from a cup competition, 3 points for a domestic cup win, 4 points for a domestic league win, 5 points for a Europa/Europa Conference win, and 7 points for the Champions League win. Dad, probably our most requested versus rebuild, I'd say, out of the main European countries.
Yeah.
The Eternal Derby in Serbia.
It's a big one, this one, isn't it? This is going to be very hot, I think.
Red Star versus Partizan. And Dad, you have been selected as the Red Star manager.
Yep, thank you very much.
By yourself,
Yeah.
I guess. And that means that I am the manager of Partizan. Now, as you can see, I've gone for a 4-2-3-1 narrow formation, and neither of us have actually signed any new players. We weren't given too big a transfer budgets. I had 1.3, you had £2 million, I think. So we are just going to rock with what we've got in this first season, just see how it pans out. Now, we've both got some good youngsters. There's a lot of good Serbian youngsters that come into Football Manager. We've both got a couple in our squad, so it'll be interesting to see who integrates them into the team.
Well, you have actually got to keep a couple in the team. It's got to be like, I think, was it
under
121?
21 player
actually on the
in
pitch.
your starting 11. Yeah. So I mean, it helps that I've got a couple of good ones. I've got Bazdar, who's a decent under 21 to begin with. That's my starting 11. They got Saldana, who is one of the best players in my team, and he's a very good striker. But there are a few decent players in my lineup as well. We've got a young Serbian centre back, and you can only play 4 foreign players. I can't quite work out what classifies as foreign in Serbia, because there's a couple of players that I have that aren't Serbian, that don't class as, whether it's like the Balkan countries or in that area. I'm not quite sure, but obviously
do they give them a
know.
Citizenship when they played there for like 3 or 4 seasons or something
Possibly,
like that?
yeah. Not playing too long in the league. You're gone for a very similar formation, but with a wider stance and one dropping off. And you've got an advanced playmaker in that midfield there in Hwang, which is one of your foreign players. You've got, at the minute, just one under 21 player, which is a lonely right back. On loan, funny enough, from Aston Villa. 17 years of age, though, so after that season, you're going to have to look to obviously replace the right back, but also look to find another under 21 player.
Yeah, that's right,
To kick things off, Dad, your side, you've got actually some decent players as well.
I was a bit fortunate. I'm
just probably your best.
Yeah, he's by far my best player. I've got a good midfielder, and I think I've got a good striker as well, really.
Yeah, Oleonika's very good. Very strong, powerful type of striker where he's kind of like well-rounded at everything.
I'm quite fortunate as well. They won the league last season, so they have got a good team. Well, I've inherited a good team.
Yeah.
Which is a case of just finding the best formation. And out of the players that I've got, I feel this was my best formation with the players that I've got. So.
Yeah. They actually also just won the league in real life too. So the end of the season in Serbia has just come to a close, and Red Star have comfortably won the league there with Partizan in second place. So bragging rights right now is on the red side of Belgrade. And these stadiums are very close to each other as well.
Yeah, they are, way. I mean, I've just looked at the 2 stadiums and the pictures there. I think yours is the better stadium. I don't like these big stadiums with the running track round there. I don't like all that. But,
however, when you see them with all the fans in there, it's probably a good reason why there's a running track there, because there's a lot of flares, and it looks like some of the most intense atmospheres that you can potentially get. I mean, I've also got a running track, by the way, probably again for a good reason. But yeah, the open top, it doesn't mean any atmosphere escapes that stadium. It's still very loud and intense, and these rivalries, they're not for the faint-hearted, unfortunately.
No, you wouldn't take your children there, would you?
No, it looks very, very scary and very intimidating. But that's what makes this one of the best derbies, not only in Europe, but in the world. One of the most intense and most fierce.
Yeah, when you get any foreign teams come there, like in the European Cups, they call it Welcome to Belgrade.
We're both using formations very similar, but the start of the season, I had a bit of a stinker kind of. I mean, we've played each other at the start of the season. It's been a 0-0 draw against us. So first game against each other and nobody has scored. However, I have been knocked out of the European competition, and that was to only go in the Europa Conference League, which means I don't drop down into
quite fortunate.
Another one.
Yeah.
So very unfortunate for me. I have no European football next season. And it doesn't help the financial situation that this club has, because debts and loans, they have £18 million overall. Well, the original debt was 31. So overall £18 million left. That's a lot of money for a club in Serbia.
Definitely, yeah.
If you look at the finances right now, they've only got £10 million in the bank. So it's going to be difficult to manage to get rid of that without any European football. Probably impossible. Whereas Dad, you're sitting quite comfortably, really. You've got £46 million worth of debt. However, you are about to go into the Champions League.
Yeah.
Your group stage, you've got Borussia Dortmund, your favourite German side.
Yeah.
Real Sociedad, I mean, no qualms with them.
No, I have not.
And Feyenoord.
I quite like Feyenoord as well, yeah.
So,
it's two of my favourite teams, really.
There we go. So that is obviously...
I still think I should qualify.
Do you reckon?
I'll be disappointed if I don't. Yeah, I think one of the...
Really?
Me and Feyenoord are like that. We'll help each other out.
I mean, I think you might stand a chance of going into the Europa League, but I don't know whether you qualify.
I've got a chance. I've got a chance.
Yeah, they give you a good group.
Yeah.
Good as in bad group.
Yeah. If I get through this group, I've got no chance after that.
No. But anyway, I'm out. In your schedule, you've done all right. The only points you dropped was against me, and the rest of it, you only actually conceded one goal. It's
that's
looking
why
very
I'm feeling
good
a
for
bit
you
confident.
right now. Yeah.
Scoring
Mirko
goals.
Ivanic is scoring a lot of goals for you as well. He's one of your best players, the Montenegrin, who is 30 years of age, but still got a lot of potential ahead to be a big part of this rebuild for you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So the 30-year-old has started off the season very well. You can see his name dotted around in every single game you've played, whereas you scored in, and the other one you didn't. There we go. Look at the attendance difference there.
Yeah.
29,000 in that 0-0 draw. To kick things off, Dad takes a slight advantage going into this simulation of the first season, because you're already 4 points ahead after my bad start. But you've got that European football, which could be distracting. And of course, we've also got the cups, which we enter in November. So let's see. You already know the points tally and how it's going to work. Let's see what happens after season number 1. Okay, as I expected, Dad, you won the league.
Only lost one game?
Only lost one game as well. Let's hope.
Happy with that.
Because of me winning it. Now, this is very similar to other European leagues that we have managed in, such as the Scottish or the Belgian leagues.
Yeah.
The ones that I actually consider to be some of the most fun ones to play in. It breaks in half after a certain point, and you play, in this case, the other 7 teams in the top half or bottom half. You play them all once again, which doesn't determine whether it's home or away. It's very random, so you kind of play 3 of one, 4 of the other. Dad, you lost one game all season, and it wasn't against me. It was against Vojvodina, who is a 4th place team there.
Yeah.
They tend to be quite troublesome, so as this team here, which I'm probably not going to even try to pronounce.
No.
They usually have some good players.
Yeah.
That's 2 clubs that we've got to be aware of, but also possibly take our best player. That's what we've got to be battling over the Serbian players, the best in Serbia. So, well done. I only lost 3 games. Haven't lost to you yet, but it might have been earlier in the season.
Yeah.
However, we are on Partizan. The only other thing I could have won was the cup, and I didn't do it. I was knocked out in the second round. That's really poor from a club that's not even our division. This is going to be harsh if you've also won the cup, because that's 4 points for you winning the league. And 3 points for winning the cup. You beat TSC in the final there, 4-1. Well done to you. You were knocked out of the Champions League round of 16, so you did qualify.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that.
Yeah, you faced Manchester City, and you put up a very good fight.
Yeah.
6-5 against Man City. Well done. Arsenal went on and what? You can tell this is a simulation, can you? Arsenal beating Man City. No, never happened. Fair play, Dad. Round of 16 you managed to get to.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at your group stage then and see how you get on. You finished second behind... Dortmund finished bottom of the group.
I can't believe that.
No. It looks like that's upside down.
It does. I just thought that. I see me in second and I thought, well, bro, so's your dad, hey?
I mean, you had 8 points from drawing 2, winning 2 and losing 2. Same as Feyenoord. You beat Feyenoord at home. Again, that's it's not because you got any problem with them.
No, I haven't. No problem at all.
Drew with them as well.
Yeah, same.
Quite a friendly team.
Yeah.
And then Dortmund as well was a draw, and you lost to Dortmund and Sociedad, and yet they still went down.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, fair enough. I think there's been some freak results here, to be fair, because Porto finished bottom of that one, and Lons qualified. So that's a lot of points for you in this first season, Dad. Let's check the schedule to see if you did beat... Yeah, so you beat me there. 3-0 in the final phase, and we drew 2-2 in the other game.
We drew 2 games, eh?
Yeah, so we drew 2, you won 1 the other one, so I didn't win any points in this first season. Lovely. Goals-wise, though, 26 from Ivanic.
That's plenty good. He's my leading goal scorer.
For a centre attacking midfielder. Olyanika managed to get 22. 17 and 20 for Katai, who is coming towards the end of his career now, and 16 and 15 from your right winger Bakari. So yeah, good start to the season, Dan.
Yeah,
absolutely. Your transfer budget for 24 million.
I've done well in the Champions League, didn't I?
Oh yeah, I know, but still better if I have at least 10 or something like that. Let's have a look. So 22 goals from Saldana, which isn't bad. 16 from Nacho, but he's probably retiring now. He is. So I lose that centre attacking midfielder who's quite good actually as well. Give me a lot of goals and assists. And Zaid managed to get 13. So my transfer budget, come on, at least 10. 1.
I thought that was 11.
1. I know the finances are bad, but Jesus Christ, it's gone up. Probably has now. The points tally is quite a simple one to begin with, Dad. You've got 8 points. I've got 0. So let's take a look at what I managed to do with my £1 million in the second season. Right, to kick things off in season number 2, let's have a look at the transfers that I brought in. It was only 4 of them, and I only spent money on 1 player. And we mentioned this team beforehand. Now I know about this guy. I've signed him in previous saves before. I know his potential is decent, so I thought I'd go in early and get him nice and quickly because of that under 21s rule.
Yeah, that's going to help you in it, big
exactly. So bringing him in, £1.8 million is a lot of money, but scored 10 goals last season, got 1 and 1 assist so far.
For an 18-year-old, I think that's a good price though.
Not bad. Wow. Yeah, £1.8 million. And he, he's not bad, is he? To start things off, he looks the part. To be fair, left-footed striker, 6'1". Once he gets his adult body, hopefully bulks up a bit and that strength comes up, he could be a force. The other players that I brought in is 2 goalkeepers because I lost my backup goalkeeper. I brought in a Serbian 32-year-old there and a Serbian 28-year-old just to make sure I've got on a foreign to meet the homegrown quota. And then finally, Benedikt Mioc, who is a Croatian centre midfielder or centre attacking midfielder, can play both quite well. I like his physicals on him. He's 29, but he's got good physicals, which means if I wanted to use him all the way up until the very end, I probably could.
Yeah.
Again, on a free transfer. He had a good season last year at Slaven Belupo. I've changed tactic as well. I've gone to a 4-2-2, but with narrow style, and I'm nailing in Dela Basic every single game. Might cost me in the short run, but the other side, we've got Saldana, who can go in there quite comfortably. Bazdar can then fill in one of these. And yeah, hopefully we can build a very good squad for next season and the season after that, and we'll be looking really, really strong. Dela Basic right now in the starting 11 from the off every single time. A lot of people always ask me how you nail a player into these positions. If you've got it on PC, it's literally when you go on holiday, you click this, use current team selection when possible when you use current match tactics, and when you go on holiday it will always play that man in that position whenever he is available. Fortunately, when he's tired and stuff, it will still pick him, so there are disadvantages, of course, because now that he will be playing every game, he will get tired.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of comments about it, so I thought I'd just let you know. I know on certain platforms it won't let you do that. I know the iPad won't let you do that, and sometimes even the console versions have some features missing that the PC game does have. Possibly it is one of those things. Okay, Dad.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at your transfers. You've got 5 million left, and you spent roughly about 13.
Yeah.
12, 13.
I looked at my team from last season, and I was scoring goals, so I just felt my midfield and my strike force didn't have to improve that. So what I looked at really was just improving my defence.
Yeah, so
in every position. I felt like a couple of the players were getting old, a couple of players weren't as good as I wanted them to be, so every position I changed. So there's one of my centre backs,
left-footed one as well.
Yeah,
Luis, who is a right-footed one.
So there's the other one, yeah.
And then you've got Alex Munoz, a left back who can
Who's
also
a good
play
one.
centre back
Yeah.
as well. He's 6'2", so you can do that, fill that role quite well. Alex Kral's a very good transfer.
Yeah. This is
I
my
was jealous
defensive
of that one.
midfielder, just sat in front of me, centre back, so that's a good sign now, I felt.
Yeah, he's very good from the
Yeah.
Czech Republic. Got a lot of good 15s and 16s in there. Labrovic, £3 million on a goalkeeper. It's
I
a
thought it
good
was a
one
good
too.
signing as well, yeah.
That's both of us
Only
signing.
a young keeper as well, only 24, so that's my keeper for probably the rest of the seasons there.
Yeah, and Fosu Mensah, ex-Manchester United.
You know what I'm going to say? He's a good squad player.
Yeah, plays
But
right back.
he's my
as
right back,
natural.
though. Yeah.
Of course, he played at Manchester United by Leverkusen. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, what a season they had, yeah.
For an unbelievable season. Gutted about the Europa League, though.
Yeah,
It's
a shame,
It was
really.
great to see Atalanta win it because, it's great for
And anybody who
that side.
plays this game quite a lot, there's a lot of the players from Atalanta that you sign as well, don't you?
Yeah,
There's some
yeah.
good players there. But what
Absolutely.
an hat-trick it was for the
Ademola Lookman. What a hat-trick that
Yeah,
was.
good
But I
game.
would have just liked to have seen them go invincible throughout the whole
Yeah.
season in all competitions.
Well, they're the first invincible team in the Bundesliga, weren't they?
Yeah,
First
yeah.
ever. So that was so they've made records, haven't they? So
Yeah,
it's good for
absolutely.
them.
Good for them. Sticking with the same tactic.
It'd be silly to change it, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
Really?
double
All I've
domestic
changed is me
double.
defenders, so don't want to change me attacking thing.
Let's have a look then. It's been good for you so far, Dad. You've
Yeah.
even beaten me, which is another point. You are conceded a little bit more goals, but I think you've played more games. Now,
Yeah.
with the Serbian league, the transfer window doesn't close until the 16th in this year, and it's mainly around about that time every single time. So we're having to do 2 extra weeks every single pre-season or start the season, which means we play a lot more games, as you can see here. Your Champions League phase games, you'll play at Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid and Inter at the end there, Nice, Shakhtar.
I don't think I'll be going very far in this one.
Now, do you think it's easier or harder to qualify in the newer or older version of the Champions League format?
It's harder now to qualify, I think, because you get a lot more teams in it, and they seem to group them. There's a lot of good teams in the groups that you play. I mean, you look at there. I've got Inter, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Tottenham, and Villarreal. That's 5 good teams, really.
Yeah.
In my group, what chance have I got of getting through then?
I mean,
really?
Nice is very
Well,
decent.
yeah, they're a good French side as well, aren't
Yeah.
they? So I think you need a group where you've got 3 more teams that are a little bit sort of your level, really, to get through.
Yeah.
So, but in the other group stage, where there's only 3 other teams, like the last season for me, they only need to have a couple bad games and you're through, innit?
Yeah. Let's see what I've managed to do then. Have I qualified for European football this season? I have indeed, but it was only the Europa League. Unfortunately, I was knocked out by Ghent, who you eventually drew in the Champions League, on penalties. After knocking out Rangers and Servette along the way. Of course, I've already lost to Dad 2-0 in that fixture there, which gives him a point. But the rest of the games I've done okay, and I've only drawn 1 other game. So league form's not been too bad, but I do drop into the Europa League. Potentially a good thing for me, actually, really, in the grand scheme of things. Just money-wise, maybe not. But again, the games I've got to play.
Yeah, you look at that.
Newcastle, Ajax, and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Real Sociedad, who obviously were against you. Lens, who we seen qualify from the Champions League last season in their group. That's some very difficult games, unfortunately, for me in the Europa League. So it's going to be a tough ask for me to qualify out of the league phase of that. I've fallen behind quite a bit already in the first season. And then I've took another loss, which is another point. But let's have a look at season number 2. We're back in season number 2.
only just.
Dad has won the league by 2 points.
Your goal difference is a lot better than mine this season, though.
Yeah, 81. Again, it's the losses.
Yeah.
You
I
only
only
lost
lost
2,
two.
I lost 4. I mean, obviously I've got the same amount of wins, but yeah, that's... And is it against you? One of them was. Only one of them. That's good.
Well, I know I lost against you once. No, that's the first game of the season when I beat you.
You beat me, yeah. So that's not too bad. We drew again. Which does mean that I beat you in the other game, though, because obviously we played each other 3 times, being that we've been in the top of that group. So the derby normally happens 3 times a season. But yeah, 2 points. But yeah, I conceded less goals, 26 goals, and scored a lot more. So it's weird when that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
I scored more, conceded less, but you still have more points. Let's have a look, though. The top goal scorer was neither of us in Belingi, who is... playing for Vojvodina again, so they keep cropping up. But Ivanic, 22 goals. He's up there again. I had Saldana, 21. So, and Davide Diao was in between us there. What about the cup competition? We're on by the way, the trophy of the league is just... That's so Eastern European. Man, I love it. Let's have a look then at the cup competition. Did I manage to win the Serbian Cup? no.
Oh.
Second round by Dad. Again, second round, but what? In the Europa League, I also reached the knockout playoff round, but I was drawn against Real Sociedad, who I'd already played in the bloody group stage in the league phase. They beat me 4-3, and that's really annoying because I won the first leg. Well, drew the first leg? Drew the first leg. Let's have a look at the league phase, though. I finished down here, so Real Sociedad finished a little bit higher than me. I won 3 games.
Well, when you go through the teams above you, there's some really good teams up there, isn't it, really, when you think of it?
Look at the teams I beat.
Yeah.
Newcastle away, Ajax at home, 4-0. Unbelievable, really.
Fenerbahce.
Drew 2, Ludogorets and Lons. That should be 2 wins. Chelsea, who finished top, I can see there. Only lost them 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. And Torino gave me a bit of a tonking, really, when they finished. Oh, they finished in 12th. That's unfortunate. Fiorentina actually went on to win it. So, Dad, did you go on and win the Serbian Cup? Oh, you did again. On penalties, Vojvodina. There's another 3 points for Dad. Plus, knocking me out of the competition in the early rounds. That's 2 points for just doing that. So that means you go on and take 5 points for that. 4 points for winning the league. Already, it's a very strong season for you. That's 9 in total. We're on you right now. I did beat you in 1 game, as we can see there. So I've claimed 1 point. You've also got a point for beating me in the league phase, I believe, which was earlier on in the season, of course, which we've seen, and the draw. So,
Well, the Spurs game, I drew 1 each.
You did. Let's have a look at your Champions League phase. So, you were knocked out of the league phase. You won 1 game against Bayern Munich at home.
Wow. That, would you? Yeah. 1-0, that's a good result, isn't it?
4 draws, unfortunately. That's what's cost you there. You just needed a couple of wins out of that, and you would have gone through to the qualifying stage. But you did draw against Tottenham, and you drew against Ghent, Shakhtar, and Villarreal. The losses that you had, 3 of them, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, and an absolute spanking by Nice. 5-1.
Got to win your own games.
Man City went on to top that, and by the looks of it, went on to win the whole thing. They beat Arsenal in the final.
Again, 2 seasons in a row.
Arsenal, Man City in the final. Would you look at that? Okay, let's have a look then at the goals. Ivanic got 30 goals for you. Olenika got 23, so they're both doing really well. You've got a youngster Dad in your lineup who's done quite well here. Uros Kabic, who plays on both wings. He's done exceptionally well. Maybe he was on loan last season, possibly, and that's why he went. He was on loan at Torino. That's surprising. So he's come back and he's done exceptionally well, but that's probably your under-21 player that you had this season in the starting 11, playing very well for you. What about your transfer budget for next season? £20 million. Your debts have creeping down to 19 million after the 2 Champions League seasons that you've had. You can see your overall balance since the very beginning that we started. It just keeps creeping up there. You're up to £41 million now. Let's have a look at my squad. 33 from Saldana is very good. Delabasic, first season as a 19-year-old, 23 goals is very good. A little bit worried. He's wanted by PSG already. That's not great, is it? No release clause in there, so that's decent. Don't have to worry about that right now. Bazdar, 21 goals. That's good. A little bit of development on him. He's turned it to a 4-star player now, and 16 and 21 for Zahid, but he is 30, so that's usually the age where I'll look at getting rid of him, especially because he isn't Serbian either. He counts as a foreign player. What about my transfer budget? Come on, give me something. 5. It's better than nothing.
5 times more than you had last season.
What is going to make me happy is looks like I'm hiring an absolutely beautiful physio. So days at the office are going to be a lot better.
I'm going to say, probably you're going to get a lot of injuries now.
Boss.
I've done me groining.
Boss. I'm going to have to go see the physio. Mina. He's like, no, Mina's not there. But Petra will go see you. And he's like, whoa. So a big Serbian bloke with really rough hands is what I'm imagining. So, but Mina is joining the club. I'm welcoming her. But my transfer budget of £5 million, not fantastic. I do go into a Champions League qualifiers, I believe, still. Champions League. So we need to make sure we keep doing well in Europe, because that's going to turn into the Europa League forever finish second.
It does,
All right. Let's have a look at the points tally then of season number 2. It's not looking good for me. Season points for season number 2 is Omega Luke with 1, Omega Dad with 10, which means the total points are Omega Luke with 1, Omega Dad with 18. Okay, how am I going to get out of this rut? This points tally of 17 deficit after just 2 seasons. So, starting off, I brought in Liam Scales, a good Irish defender who can play centre-back or left-back naturally, because that's fairly decent to be fair. Also brings ball out defence, which I think in lower levels works really well. Not lower levels, but lower standard of football. So Serbian football could work really well. Let's have a look then at the other players. From Orlando Pirates, 500k, good man Marcelli, South African midfielder. Looks older than 25, if I'm honest, but there we go. He's got my problem of hair loss before he turned 30. Very good midfielder, though. Great physicals, absolutely. Then we've spent £2.3 million. Did I overspend, I hear you ask? Yes, I did. On a Serbian player, that's the reason why I did overspend, because he's a young Serbian talent, and I thought, let's take a gamble at these young Serbians before Dad manages to pick them up. So Vladimir Militek joins. Good ball-winning midfielder or defensive midfielder, and very good at pretty much everything on the pitch in terms of that position. Then we've got Nemanja Motika, who is a fantastic winger. Again, a young Serbian as well. Wasn't playing in Serbia, funny enough. He was actually playing in Slovenia. However, used to play for Red Star.
Ooh, that ain't going to be good.
I bet that does not go down well.
It's not going to go down very well at all.
I do find
he's going to get some
though.
stick.
Yeah, he's started his career actually in Germany.
Yeah.
So then actually went to Serbia, where he played for Red Star for a couple of seasons, made 10 appearances before being loaned out to Austria, and then just looks like he just turned up one day in Slovenia and managed to be given a job. I've got him now on a free, and he's got 2 assists for me in 5 games. He looks very good because my starting winger. Ramon Mieres from Osijek in Croatia. He's Argentinian. I signed him because he has some really good mental attributes, good balance, good strength, and he's a cracking header of the ball, but he's only 6 foot and not very good jumping reach, so he's not like he's going to be towering above everybody. It's kind of like Nicolas Gonzalez from Fiorentina. Yeah, when the ball hits his head, it can go in. I always think Lionel Messi was quite good at headers for somebody who was very small. Very good at directing headers. I signed him. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists and 2 matches already. Started very well indeed. And then finally, I've got myself a goalkeeper in Plazzari, because I didn't have very good goalkeepers, if I'm honest. 25-year-old Italian. So Italian goalkeepers are quite reliable, aren't they? Yeah. So that's who I've gone for here. He was a free transfer from Pescara. Used to play for AC Milan. So there we go. Setting up. I've already 17 points behind. I'm going to have to do something about it.
Definitely, yeah.
Delabasic goes into the lineup straight away again. However, my director of football offered him a new contract, and I was like, yeah, brilliant. He wants a new contract. Give him one. They've stuck a minimum fee release clause in there, you idiots.
And it's not very much.
£4.6 million for foreign clubs. Yeah, I wonder how long that's going to last. If he's here at the end of the season, I'm going to be shocked.
That's not very much at all, is it?
No, and I'm going to be offering him a new contract myself. He's got 6 goals for me at the start of this season. 4 in just the league in 7 appearances and 3 assists. He's doing phenomenal stuff after getting 16 league goals last year.
He ain't going to be hanging around, is he?
No. Now, outside of that, my best 11 looks like this. As you can see, Delabasic gets taken out of the club, out of the side, but I wanted Bazdar to be in there, really, so nail him in actually works quite well, because then if you think about it, this would be my best 11, which I kind of like, to be honest. The inverted wingbacks will help the centre midfielder there, Militek, who joins a new club, and it's like, yeah, you're stuck in the midfield by yourself, pal.
You got the big rope.
Yeah, so that's quite entertaining for me. Plazzari doesn't actually go into the side, which I do find quite alarming. Jovanovic manages to keep his rolling goal. We'll see how long that lasts. I quite like the lineup. I think it's quite good, to be fair. Let's have a look to see what you're doing in the transfer window. And actually, you've changed formation as well.
Yeah, well,
interesting
when you see the transfers that I've made, you'll understand why I've done that, really.
Yeah, so you've brought in 2 strikers.
Yeah.
One of them is Lorenzo Luca.
Yeah.
Both are signing Italians. Interesting.
Yeah.
But then it gets even better, because you signed one of my ultimate favourite strikers, because he used to play for my favourite German club, Eintracht Frankfurt. So that's another bingo card there.
And he started really well for me already. Like
7
goals,
and
7 games, yeah. You were very close to me last season. It was at 2 points. And I've played one up front each season so far. So getting 2 good strikers in, I'd be silly not to change it to 2 up front.
Yeah, it kind of fell on your lap.
Yeah.
The fact that both of them were available, really, wasn't it? I mean, he came from your youth academy as well, so it kind of made sense. Yeah, he's been around the block, isn't he? I mean, he made a £55 million move to Real Madrid, which I think people forget about in 2020. Kind of a failed, wonder kid.
It definitely looks like that, because he went on loan then free everywhere then, wasn't it?
Yeah, he went back on loan to Eintracht Frankfurt, did all right, back to Real Madrid, got a goal.
That's unusual as well. He went
played
from
for both
one Milan
Milans.
to the other Milan.
Yeah, back-to-back years. Yeah, he just couldn't find a home, unfortunately.
So I brought him back, put my arm around him and said, come on, boy, you can do it for me.
Okay, we'll see. And then finally, you've got Pastor, who is a right-back from Brazil on a free transfer as well.
Good player, so I just thought I'd take him in as an extra defender I've got in my books then, really.
So if you did a best 11, Luka Jovic, and Luka goes up top.
Then the right-back was running as well.
Yeah, Kabic is up there too, which is that player that you had, the young winger from last season. Huang's in there in that midfield. with Stamenic behind him. Yeah, it's looking a good team, Dad.
Still good side, yeah.
Let's have a look at the starting 11. You've beat me again. It's another point. You're 18 points ahead of me now. And other than that, you've only lost one game, which was a league fixture, funny enough.
I'm disappointed with that one.
Yeah, against this team.
Don't know what happened there.
With an eagle in their badge, which we do love to see. We do like have a look at the badges and the kits and stuff like that. We do enjoy that. That's a nice kit. That purple one's quite nice. Don't know why they've got like a white and purple kit, but their badge is red and white. That always really confuses me and annoys me.
I think it's probably because there's a lot of teams in the league that play red and white in it. So somewhere along the line, you have got to just change that. You're forever changing your kit, ain't you?
Yeah. What isn't a good sign, Dad, is the last couple of years from winning the league, you've gone automatically into the Champions League. This season, you had to play a playoff, which means we're not doing very well in terms of the points for coefficients, and Serbia's probably going down in that, so we're having to play a playoff.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you did qualify, which is good, so you're in the Champions League again. So let's take a look at your fixtures. You got PSV, Young Boys, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. Milan, Bayern Munich, and Napoli. So we'll probably have to take two qualification spots next year.
So it just goes back to what I was just saying just now. Look at there's 5 teams in there. You just don't, you know you're not going to beat them, really.
Yeah, you're going to have a tough time there, absolutely. Let's have a look to see my fixtures. We already know one of them was a loss to you, but also was knocked out of the Europa League and had to go into the Europa Conference League playoff, which thankfully I did manage to win.
But then you could end up winning that one, and there's a few points for you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
which is what you need.
There's a good competition for me to be going. You only actually play 6 games in the group stage as well. We've got Aberdeen in there, which is quite an interesting one. Yeah. Midtjylland, Austria Vienna, HJK, all teams that I would say are very beatable.
Yeah.
I don't think. Even Aberdeen, I think I could stand a chance of beating them, really, on my day. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess. But in terms of points, Dad is absolutely slapping me around the block right now. I need to do something this season. I need to have a big year. Let's see what happens in season number 3. Season number 3. Come on, Partizan. Yes. We're not dead yet.
9 points. I lost that one by. That was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had a great season. 94 points in total. It's really annoying they play only 37 games, but we'll keep ignoring that for OCD people. Like, they just play 37 games, and it's like, surely you've got one game. No, that's it. 85 points to 94. You lost 6 as well, Dad.
Yeah.
It doesn't say you lost against me, but I lost against you twice.
That's worse for me. I've lost against you. I've beaten you twice, and I've still lost.
Yeah, but that means you just regained the points back.
Well, I know
I've just
that.
won 4. I've just won 4 points, and 2 of them go straight back to you.
I'm just thinking of me finishing 9 points behind you, but I beat you 2 games.
Yeah, I know. I only drew 1, which was the real reason, really. I think I turned all of my draws into wins because I won 4 more games than you there. So, towering above you there. But Luka Jovic and Lorenzo Luka with 25 and 24 goals. And mine's not even in the top 5.
Yeah, I've changed my formation, and they've come out with league and goal scorers.
Yeah. And, oh no, that's not your keeper. That would have been hilarious if that was your keeper. My keeper's there, though, as the top clean sheet guy with 15, and it was Plazzari, the Italian, so he did decide to change it eventually. Okay, Ron Partizan, I kind of really need to do a domestic double here or win the Europa Conference League to really pull the points back. Oh. It took ages for me to find where it was. I was like, oh, semi-final, that sucks. Oh, at least I've won the cup. No, I haven't. It's runners-up. Vojvodina, I didn't even lose to you. Oh, please. I've knocked you out.
That's bad.
Please. Semi-final by Dynamo Kiev. That's one of those teams that I really think I could stand a good chance of beating.
Look at the size of their pitch as well.
Yeah, it's a big stadium, isn't it? So in the semi-final, I lost to them. I would have played Leicester. Wow, they've done very well.
They have,
considering they start this in the Championship 2 seasons ago, which they went on and won, by the way. European champions. That's quite some feat there. Oh no, I was in the Europa Conference League phase. So let's have a look to see how I got to that point. So the league phase, I lost 1 game against Midtjylland, drew to Austria Vienna 1-4. Beat Aberdeen was one of them. Then from that, I went to the round of 16 where I knocked out Anderlecht, which is a good result actually. They've come down from the Europa League by the looks of it. Quarter final, I knocked out Aberdeen.
They aided you then, didn't they?
Yeah, not a great time. I mean, I thought, if you look at that then, it's like Dynamo Kiev, Leicester and AEK, because Villarreal was knocked out. You think, oh, this could be good.
Yeah, that's a good head to lose, wasn't it?
But yeah, Enzo Maresca is cooking up some magic in the Premier League, I guess, because Leicester went on to win the whole thing. Fair play to them. Dad, what happened to you? Did you get knocked out by me? No, semi-final by Vojvodina, who beat me in the final.
Oh, so close on it. So close to a big one.
You were knocked out of the knockout playoff round by Leipzig, so you qualified from the league phase.
Quite happy with that, really. It's a bit of an achievement, I think that was.
You won the first leg 1-0 as well.
Oh, that's even worse.
No, you didn't actually. No, you didn't.
No.
You lost 1-0.
Yeah.
I apologise for absolutely nothing. It's my Conor
I only
McGregor.
just qualified.
Yeah, you finished higher than Ajax though.
Yeah.
Galatasaray and PSV. Drew to Napoli though.
That's the result that got me through then, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. Good result there.
Win, well, you got to do results at home, and I mean, that's the games you expected to lose.
Yeah, got tonked by Barca. Put up a good fight against Real Madrid at home, though.
Yeah,
that's a good result.
5-3 at home is a good result, yeah.
Absolutely. Arsenal went on and won the Champions. What is this universe where Arsenal keep winning the Champions League? They beat Liverpool in the final. It's very English bias here in the Champions League, but Football Manager do kind of overpower the English clubs, I think. That is a bad season.
Well, you let me off there, didn't you, a little bit?
Yeah, you've beat me twice there at the end of the season. One there and one in the super final phase. And then, of course, you beat me earlier in the season. You beat me 3 times. It's 3 points, and I only gained 4 from winning the league in the first place. So I only gained 1 point on you there. That's awful, really. 31 goals for Lorenzo Luca, 30 for Luka Jovic, 16 for Ivanic.
That Ivanic has done me so well.
God, yeah.
2 seasons of league and goal scoring. He still bangs in 3 at 16.
He's about to run out of contract as well, funny enough. 15 assists there from Hwang. Interesting stuff. Your transfer budget for next season, £23 million. I really hope I've got something after that. Look at the goals I've been scoring. Jesus Christ. So Mieres got 26. Banstar got 25. Dela Basic.
Who bought him,
knew
man?
it. Oh, Al Raed. Come on.
How was he doing for you?
13 and 19. Oh, I could have done with him in the final, couldn't I?
Oh, 100%.
In the cup final.
I mean, 13 goals in 19
At
games.
that point, when
and he had 4 assists as well after that as well.
He had scored 4 cup goals in 2 games for me. Could have done with him in those cup competitions.
Well, your director of football's let you down now.
Yeah. I mean, still, to get those goal tallies, I was thinking, that's really good.
Yeah.
I was thinking, which one's Dela Basic? And I thought, none of them. What's going on here?
There's nearly 100 goals between 4 players.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good.
Saldana looks like he was the squad player out of this, because then he's played 25 starts with 26 off the bench. And he's got 19 goals, which is good, actually.
Yeah.
Kalulu, which is my right winger, got 27 assists, which is very good indeed. I do, however, know that I've got a couple of really good youngsters come through, including this man here, and he's developed actually loads. This could be my my answer. So at the start of the season, I noticed this guy, being very good in my youth academy. Now, after another season, I mean, he's not exactly a striker because that finishing's quite low. Composure and off the ball's decent. But hey, if I can train him to be a shadow striker or something like that, could be something really good. But there's some good wingers in there as well. I've noticed there's a good couple of wingers in there. So, yeah, I might have to start introducing some players next season, really. Did see my transfer budget. 10 million.
What's better, though?
So,
yeah. Better.
But we're still waiting for Mina to come in. That's been an ongoing thing. Maybe she heard that we were going to be thinking, oh, everybody's going to get injuries now. And then she's like, I'll consider the offer. So, I think that's like a glitch, though. I've seen staff members just be waiting for ages on confirmation because it's your technical director's job. I don't know. Let's have a look at the points before we go on to the next season. Season number 3, the points tally is Omega Luke with 4, Omega Dad with 3, which means the total points are Omega Luke with 5, Omega Dad with 21. Season number 4. I need this to be a big season. So, I have signed some good players, and I've also brought some players up from the Youth Academy that I think you'll realise is a good decision.
Yeah.
In next season, possibly. We'll see. Now, Bukanic, the left back that I picked up, 21-year-old Serbian for Vojvodina. I got fed up with them costing me in the cup and stuff like that. £2.1 million for a left back. Might seem a lot from another Serbian club, but he actually is quite a good player and a leading Superliga standard left back, really. And then Taborda, Vincent Taborda from Boca Juniors, £4.6 million. Very good centre attacking midfielder there. However, after I signed him, I thought, he might not play as many games as what I thought. We'll see. Now, this one, if you remember correctly, used to play as a wonder kid from Partizan back in FM21, I think. And then Manchester City signed him and broke probably loads of laws or something. Financial. Yeah,
loaned him right back, though.
Loaned him right back, yeah. But we've got him on a free after he never really made any appearances for Man City. So we've signed him, and it's good to have him, Filip Stevanovic. Now, you've got Luka Jovic, I've got Stevanovic. So we've both brought back a player that was from our youth academies back in the day. So that's good. He comes into the lineup. He can play naturally on both wings. I remember him being a really good left midfield wonder kid on FM21. So tactically, though, I'm keeping it the same. However, nailing in 2 players. And I mentioned, didn't I, this guy could be a very good centre attacking midfielder. So we're going to try and see what he is like there. He's already unhappy. I don't know why he is unhappy. Maybe a new deal. Once we play more to get into... You're going to be getting more game time, my friend. The other player is Merchetic, who is a real player. Bogdan Merchetic. Doesn't look very good right now, but apparently, according to this, he has a really high potential. And I think, let's just give him a chance. What can go wrong? He could turn out to be a really good right midfielder for us. It's a risk because the guy he obviously took the position of from last season, which was Kalulu, did get a lot of assists, 22 assists. So I'm like, it's a risk. Yeah, it's a lot of goals to miss out on because he's probably one of my best players. I just think I need to take that risk. I think he could be better than this in like 1 season.
Yeah.
So I think it's a risk worth taking, really. So let's see. That's the tactic. If you look at the best 11 around that, both of those players don't go into the lineup, which is the reason why I've done that. And you can see it looks very similar to what it was last season, which didn't do too well for us. I mean, we walked the league, but not very good in the cups. So let's see. Now, Dad, you've also signed quite a lot of players, to be fair. Yeah. Alex Garcia was a free transfer. Cracking midfielder, really.
Good signing this off.
Good with both feet.
I was just mainly strengthening my squad up with this season. So I brought in quite a few players as what I'll class as average, but strengthened the squad.
You got a good left centre back there. Rilp from Bragantino, 25-year-old Ecuadorian. We haven't seen him before. No. So he looks quite good. Lazar Jovanovic, you've also bought a player from Vojvodina, just under 500k. That under 21 rule, isn't it? That's what's stinging you. You needed a player for that.
I need to get one in,
And then Vasic from Palermo, £6 million for this guy.
Yeah.
Also Serbian, too. So plays from the left, plays attacking midfield, quite good in those different positions. Tactically, you have changed it.
I lost out on the league this season, so I've gone back to almost the same formation as what my first 2 seasons were. We're playing wide players, so I could have dropped one player back into the shadow striker role, but I got 2 really good strikers. They were leading goal scorers of the season, so I'd have been silly to move one of them out, really. So I've gone with the wide players, but left them 2 up there.
Plus, you've got Lorenzo Luca, who's 6'7" with 19 jumping reach and 17 heading. You should be playing wingers to give him the ball in the air.
I mean, the 2 midfield players I feel are really good, and one of them's my new one, so Garcia there. So
all right, let's see how you've been doing at the start of the season. You have lost the game. We have actually played together as well, played against each other, and it wasn't a win for Dad. It was a 2-2 draw, so I still can't get a win at the start of the season against you, but never mind. But yeah, you've lost against Vojvodina 1-0, so there is a weakness already. You are starting in second place in this. And you had to play all of the Europa Conference League games this time round, and it wasn't Europa League.
No.
So again, we've dropped down.
Dropped down again, yeah.
It wasn't Champions League. It wasn't like it was in the second season. It wasn't Europa League like it was last season. It's Europa Conference League. You did qualify for it, though. You're in the Europa Conference League phase. You can see Olympiacos was your first game there. Rapid Bucharest, Fiorentina, Pilsen, Nordsjælland, and FC 20's in there.
Got a good chance.
So, it's my first time playing for the Champions League qualification, and I've managed to do it. I'm in the Champions League. Happy days.
That's a good result.
Yes. So I've actually played 2 games already in the Champions League phase, and I've beaten Nice 3-0 at Nice and Bilbao 3-1 at home. It's very good.
Yeah, it is,
And I knocked out Dinamo Kiev, who beat me in the semi-final last season. Which is kind of annoying in a way. I also beat the Icelandic team, IF, and also Sheriff, who is classed as Moldova, but it's that place where it's not Moldova, it's outside. I can't remember the country that it's called, but it's not recognised as a country anymore. I can't remember what it is. Other side of that, I have lost a game in the league, TSC 1-0, but the rest of it's been okay, and I am currently 3rd in the league behind you, but I have played a game less. Currently, Vojvodina is top of the league, unbeaten.
Yeah.
If we get to the end of the season and neither of us have won the league, I'll be like, what? I don't think anybody would have anticipated that. But there we go. Because when was the last time one of us didn't win the league? So if you look at this, it's Red Star Partizan this whole century.
Yeah.
And the one team that was before it, that's ever won the Serbian league, by the way. There's only been 3 winners. And it's this team here, Oblic, who no longer exist.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So no other Serbian team, they finished second, but they've never ever won it. Obviously, this was before Yugoslavia,
yeah.
And then obviously after the fallout of Yugoslavia. So it was Serbia and Montenegro, I think, for a while. And then I don't know the year, don't know the history of the year where it just changed to just Serbia. Either way, Red Star and Partizan have dominated it all the way through. But there we go. Other than one time. Interesting facts there. So that's a nice little save for you guys to do, is to find like a Serbian team that you kind of like, maybe Vojvodina, and see if you can overthrow the two giants at the top. Also, by the way, Patreon members and channel members, you get your hands on the save game file if you like and have a look around. Pinch the Tactic, for instance. You can do that on the £5 tier on both the YouTube channel members. Just press join, or on page.com/MegaLukeGaming. Then you can see the save game files on there. Not to mention, of course, we also have the podcast on channel members and Patreon, which comes out every other week. I was on holiday last week. This is the reason why one wasn't on last week or this week, because I've been trying to catch up. Also, you get early access to videos on the YouTube channel members. So if you want early access to the videos, they'll just drop as soon as I have a thumbnail for them, and as soon as I've checked that the edit's good, I just bang them out to schedule it for when they come out. But for the YouTube channel members to see it straight away. You'll probably, as a YouTube channel member, have seen this early, because as soon as this is edited and I have a thumbnail for it, I put it out on Sunday. So there we go. If you want them early, YouTube channel members is the way to go. Okay, let's see what happens in season number 4. Season number 4, and I've reclaimed the title, but it's a close one.
Oh, I pulled it back by changing my tactic. And I only lost 3 games to your 4.
We swapped places towards the end of the season with 2 games remaining. Come on. This has kept me in it. Kind of. We'll see. But yeah, 91 points. I lost against you once there. Didn't beat you. So you must have lost those 2 games in that final stage.
My second to last game of the season, I lost. Look, it cost me the league.
That's interesting. Although you beat Vojvodina 8-3.
Yeah.
But you lost to TSC.
Ugh.
Right, who was the goal scorers then? Lorenzo Luca 30. Saldana! Yes! Look at that. Told you he was good.
Yeah.
Wasn't playing him much, but I told you he was good. Yeah. He got 30 goals as well. Luka Jovic with 17 was his 3rd highest scorer, but Lorenzo Luca is dominating this league. As soon as you put wingers in, look.
Yeah.
He's dominating this league. But did I win the cup competition? I bloody need it. No.
Ooh.
It wasn't you that knocked me out, though.
No.
But I was knocked out in the semi-final. Round of 16 by Man City.
That's when I got knocked out by Man City as well, wasn't it? The round of 16.
Mine was a little bit worse than yours.
Oh, God. Dear, dear.
6 against me twice. Yeah. Did I play the knockout playoff round? I did. I knocked out Roma. 3-0.
Well done.
Oh, that's not a bad
that's
result. That's a good result. In the league phase, I finished... Oh, I'm happy with that.
Definitely,
15th.
yeah. 15th. Yeah, you've got to be happy with that.
4 wins. I beat Feyenoord. Can't stand them.
I quite like them, actually.
That one, yeah. Benfica, which is your favourite Portuguese team.
Yeah, definitely. I love the old Benfica, yeah.
Stuff then. 4-0. Obviously, we knew about the Nice and Bilbao game already, and I drew to Salzburg. Lost 3, Bayern Munich, Chelsea, and Marseille. 3 games I kind of would expect to lose anyway. Did you win the cup, Dad? If you did, it's probably lights out. No.
I just missed out on that.
Runners up in the Europa Conference League.
Oh, that'd have been a big one for me to win.
People always question as well in our points why the Europa Conference League is more than the league phase. These are the reasons why it is more. Okay, in some other leagues, if you win it from the Premier League, for instance, you may be like, well, it's harder to win the Premier League. Yes, but just to keep an even Stevens on the points, if you win it for a harder league like this, it means a lot more than winning the actual domestic league, a European trophy. Yeah. Which, by the way, Red Star's the only other Serbian team to win a European trophy.
Yeah.
Which was the Cup Winners' Cup, I think. You can see it there, Intercontinental Cup 1991.
Champions League they won.
Oh yeah, the Champions. I
think it was classed as the European Cup then. They won it when they won
1991. The European Cup, which they had a fantastic team, and then all their players got stolen.
Yeah.
After that. There we go. Okay, you got to the semi-final, knocked out by Bacca. So those 2 teams went into the final. It was a perfect year for TSC to go on and win it. Fair play. All right, that's very annoying for me. You were runners-up to Fiorentina. Didn't they win that the year that I was in it as well? Maybe that one. I can't remember. In the semi-final, Dad, you knocked out Young Boys. Quarter-final, you knocked out Braga. That's a good result.
Yeah.
Round of 16, Werder Bremen. 4-0 as well. Knockout player from you didn't play him, and that's because the league phase you finished in 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, look who finished top. We all hate Rennes. You drew 2, didn't lose any. You won 4 games. Good 5-1 win there against the Romanian side. Goals-wise, 44 for Lorenzo Luca in just 36 games.
Yeah.
31 from Luka Jovic is still decent. 14 and 16 from Moljanika.
It's been a good strike partnership I've had since I brought them in, and they've scored a lot of goals for me, haven't they?
Transfer budget, 11 million. It's coming down.
Yeah.
It's coming down. 16 million still in the debt. That isn't going anywhere. Whereas, let's have a look at mine. 46 goals from Saldana. Well done, sir. Ramon Mieres got 24 for my South American strike force that I've got.
I think the impressive thing there, look, is from your main striker there, 15 assists
15
as well.
assists as well, yeah.
That's
a lot
good.
of goal contributions.
Yeah.
My Kisic, the 19-year-old's done quite well. Hasn't developed as much as what he did that previous season, but the goals, 19 goals and 8 assists, a very good average rating as well. The winger got 15 assists. Very respectable.
Yeah.
Up to a 2.5 star. He's got a little bit. I'd probably say he's still better than the player that we had there previous. Okay, that's good. Not bad at all. For my transfer budget, 29. Yes!
Ooh.
Come on. She's still contemplating, by the way. Can I tempt you now that we got
I don't
29
think
million
so,
pound?
yeah.
We could bring in some big players. Debts and loans cleared.
Well,
Wow.
you need a really big season this season, though, don't
Yeah.
you? Well, next season, should I say? So.
Oh god,
You
yeah. Points.
got the transfer budget to go with it as well.
Points wise, I think I've ruined it because I mean I lost you there. Unfortunately, in that final phase, lost to you there in the league as well as the draw. So I didn't beat you at all. So you went 2
I
more
think you
points
need to
there.
do a treble, don't you?
Yeah, which is probably ain't gonna happen. Anyway, let's have a look at the points, shall we? Season points are Omega Luke with 4, Omega Dad with 2, which means the total points are Omega Luke with 9, Omega Dad with 23. Now, what a transfer window we both had. This is probably our biggest yet.
Yeah.
To kick things off, I signed a very good right back for £5 million. Now that I had money, I started to spread it out across all of the positions that we possibly could. Lasana Koulibaly from Salernitana, 7.5 million. A good ball-winning midfielder, just what we needed in that midfield. Works hard. Zan Zalatel, who is a Slovenian centre-back, a decent one as well. And then, check this out. Mateus Arezzo. Yes, Uruguayan, which fits in with my quota of getting South American strikers, and I like that a lot. He is fantastic. However, he did pick up a bit of a bad injury at the start of the season. Just returned. He was out for 6 weeks, unfortunately. So yeah, that wasn't great. And then Anthony.
Good signing.
Can't stand watching him play for
No,
Man
I'm gonna
United.
say
He
Man
does
United are probably
my
glad to get rid of him.
absolute tits in when he gets the ball, but he does win the ball back quite a lot. He's very good actually as a tackler. However, on a free transfer, I will take it. He played 33 games in the Premier League last year. All right, 6 of them were starts.
Wonder how many step overs he done.
Exactly, yeah, where he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And the player just stands there and goes. Go on then. 3 assists so far, though, in the Serbian league. And you can probably see as well, I signed him right at the end of August.
Yeah.
On a free, which meant
Nobody
nobody
wanted him.
came in for him before that. It was hilarious. And he's actually only on 60k wages. Probably a lot lower than what he was on at Man United. So there we go. Tactically, I'm not naming anybody in this season. I don't think I needed to. Kisic actually went straight into the lineup. And now that I've got Anthony, I don't need to play that right midfielder anymore because Anthony's just a far superior player. But Saldana and Arezzo up top. Come on, that's brilliant. So I'm really buzzing with this team now.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries, however. I've been picking up injuries left, right, and centre. And it has been doing my head in. But okay. Dad, your transfer window. Let's have a look at it. You've also had a very good one.
I had a very good free transfer window, I think. Yeah, I bought some good freebies
Well, this
here.
is a very good centre.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I paid for this guy, but
He's decent.
Yeah.
8.5 million.
that was most of my money onto that guy.
Salazar, the left back.
Yep, good left back as well.
Yeah, he comes in as
Yeah.
like one of the best left backs in the league now. Probably the best left back.
But these free signings here, I think, especially this one, he's all.
You
Whenever
like him,
I
didn't
sign
you?
this guy, he always does me well, really.
Yeah. Gabriel
Never lets me
Sara
down.
from Norwich.
No.
Good player. Yusuf Atal, good right back.
Yeah.
Luis Perez, another right back.
Yeah.
Maybe because you forgot that you'd already signed one.
Just strengthening the squad. That's what I'm doing.
Right. And Antonio Blanco.
Just strengthening. You know, my midfield now, I think, is a very good midfield.
Yeah.
Hence why I've changed my formation again.
You have
I know
indeed.
you're all going to be shouting at me, "Why you've changed it again?" But the team that I've got there, I feel is such more better with this formation than I did with the wingers. I know the wingers will supply my 2 strikers, but I feel it's a good chance.
Your hardest thing now is you are using the young winger, who is now no longer under 21.
No, that's right. Yeah,
which means
in that starting lineup, I haven't got an under 21, am I? I don't think.
So you had to play Lazar Jovanovic up front, which was the winger you bought a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
Up front, and he's not a great striker, if we're honest. So he plays instead of Lorenzo Luca, who banged in stupid amounts of goals last season.
Yeah.
So that could be your downside. However, Luka Jovic has kicked on this season and it already has 13 goals. Lorenzo Luca's got 12, to be fair.
What I was planning on doing really was starting the young lad and after 10 minutes taking him off.
I don't know whether you have to have one on the pitch the whole time.
No, I don't know.
Probably will, because those people will do that.
Yeah, they would, yeah.
Schedule then, Dad. You have reached
start.
the Champions League phase.
There we go.
You're
Good
welcome,
start.
by the way, because I probably won the coefficient points to put you in the Champions League qualification. We have, however, played each other again, and it was once again a draw. So I've never beaten you in this early stage. Champions League qualification stage, where you beat AGF, Young Boys, Rangers, and then you've gone into the Champions League phase. You've played 2 games already. You've lost Atletico Madrid 2-1, which isn't bad really at all.
No.
Beaten Wolfsburg 4-2.
I think that's a very good result.
And outside of drawing to me, you haven't dropped a single point.
Nope.
But you're still in second in the league.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's have a look at my schedule, shall we? That's because I am currently top.
Oh, so I'm chasing you then.
Yeah.
Chasing you.
I have also had very similar to you, Dad, other than I haven't lost in the Champions League. I've actually drawn and won, played Midtjylland 1, or beat Anderlecht 6-3. So we're both in the Champions League for the first time. So it's a shame that this is the 5th and final season.
Yeah.
But if you guys are taking it over, then it's going to be very interesting for you. So my Champions League fixtures, the rest of them, are Villarreal, Real Madrid, Salzburg, Lyon, Dortmund, and Milan.
Not an easy one, is it?
Not at all. And your final season Champions League fixtures are Celtic, Bayern Munich, Braga, Shakhtar, Man United, and Chelsea at the end there.
I believe that.
One home, one away. So that is going to be
We
interesting.
won't be going far then, will we?
No. Well, the points is kind of already over unless I have a miraculous season, but
I think you've got to win the league, the cup, and you've got to win the Champions
League. I've got to knock you out of the cup and probably knock you out of the Champions League. It's probably just not going to happen. So let's see what happens anyway in season number 5. Season number 5.
10 points.
Red Star win the league. Is there still a chance that I can win this?
Only lost 2 games.
Well, we're on mine. If you got sacked, that's minus 10. We didn't think of that.
No, we didn't.
That could happen. But I very much doubt that. Unless you did get sacked and somebody else won the league for you. And I didn't because it's already highlighted. Yeah. You won the league, Dad. You only lost 2 games all season. I lost 4. One of them was against you as well.
My goal difference, letters.
Yeah, 89 goal difference. Absolutely walked it. Lorenzo Luca, who did play in the end, 39. Gabriel Saro, 21.
That's hell of a signing for me, I think, last season signing.
Look at my youngster at 19 goals.
Yeah.
Well done. Anthony, with one of the highest average ratings as well. Cup competition, I don't think I've won this cup yet. And I still haven't won it. Knocked out by Red Star.
Oh, get in.
I've been absolutely washed, haven't I? Got the round of 16, though. Knocked out by Liverpool.
Yeah, well done.
You were knocked out by Milan in the same run. So that's unfortunate. Oh, we put up a good fight as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I won the first leg, 2-1. Typical. But they beat me at Anfield. Knockout playoff round. You knocked out Salzburg. I knocked out Nice. They don't like playing me, do they?
No, they don't.
That's twice I've beat them now. And in the league phase, you finished higher than me, Dad. 5 wins. You beat Man United at home.
Hell of a result. Got to win your own games, man. You've got to win your own. And Bayern Munich at home.
Yeah. Wolfsburg, we already knew about. Shakhtar away. Braga away.
That's some big games I won at home, man, innit?
Yeah. Lost 3. Didn't get really beaten that badly either, to be honest. And Partizan, I won 2 games. Dortmund and Anderlecht, but drew 4. Drew to Real Madrid. Hey, that's
result.
Good.
Yeah, good result.
And lost 2 to Milan and Salzburg by only 1 goal. 2 good showings in the Champions League.
I think we've done well there.
That's done well for coefficient points. If we look at the coefficient points in terms of what we're qualifying for next season, that's 2 Champions Leagues again.
Yeah.
So that's very good for Serbian football up into 12th spot, and you can see that they were dropped down to 13th in the last couple of years, so up to 12th now. Maybe that might even be more because now we're in 2028. That was 2027, they're in 12th. So maybe in 2028 they've gone above the Swiss League, possibly even the Scottish League, and it could be a automatic qualification.
Yeah.
Or a later stage qualification anyway. But there we go. Dad, let's have a look at the goals and sign off. 25 from... He was my top scorer. Areza got 21 and 13. Ramon Mieres got 19. Transfer budget, always more in it.
Yeah.
always more. If anybody does take it on, you get £36 million. Plus, you get to see whether Mina ever makes her mind up and signs for the club or not. And Red Star, let's have a look at the goals. 54 in 54 games with 12 assists from Lorenzo Luca.
So he started most of the games in the end anyway, so yeah.
33 from Luka Jovic, 26 from Gabriel Sara, which is fantastic.
That's a good sign, I think. Yeah, that's probably my best signing, I think.
Yeah.
Bringing him into the midfield and then banging in 26 goals, 10 assists.
Yeah. You went to Now Diamond. That's one of the formations that I love using.
Yeah.
And it's paid off for you big time there. Your transfer budget for next season, £28 million. But of course, a lot of people like it for those tactics. So if you want to try this Narrow Diamond, or if you want to try this 4-1-5 formation, you can do by getting the save game file on page.com/MegaLoopGaming or on the channel memberships, or if you just want to breeze through the save and have a look. But let's take a look at the final points. Season number 5, Omega Luke with 0. Yep, that's right. And Omega Dad with 8, which means the total points are Omega Luke with 9 and Omega Dad with 31. Well, Dad, you absolutely rinsed me.
Yeah.
I got 0 points because I never actually beat you in the league in that final season either. So as much as it looked like I had a great season getting into the Champions League round of 16, did we have a look at, you were runner-up of the cup. We didn't actually look at the cup. You were runner-up in the cup and you got beat by Vojvodina. I told you they'd be there. Well done. You did a fantastic time, absolutely smashing me, really. 31-9 in the points.
At least we kept it as our two teams are winning the league every season as well. So
we did.
As history goes, we kept it going as it was.
As that. Maybe you want the save game file to bring Vojvodina up to the top, because there could be a lot of money coming into the Serbian league if they do well in the Champions League next year. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you are subscribed. It really does help. And of course, if you want to check out the Patreon or the channel memberships, please do that. And the link for the brand deal at the bottom, the NordVPN, is underneath or in the pinned comments. Thank you very much for watching. On screen right now, I took over Liverpool after Jurgen Klopp. That's right, I actually managed Liverpool. It was painful, and it turns out it's one of my favourite videos of all time. Go take a watch.